They know what's up, that's probably why they wanna roll with us. Told them now I'm underrated, that niggas a poet, they know that I'm going up.
Yeah. See how we do that? That's how you wear two hats already in the beginning of the show.
I see you.
Two hats already. I ain't even expecting you to come over here, did y'all?
Nah, a little bit.
Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Hoodie Frankliano talking to you, and this is the Arena Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I'm with Gut Check.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. As always, we really appreciate it that you take the time out to listen to us. And we got Joey Stank.
Yes, sir. I'm back. You know,
Stanking up the room.
you gotta stank.
Right. And our guest tonight is an artist representing Montclair. That's right here,
MTC,
home state, right here in Jersey.
Yeah.
Cuban Pete.
J1DA.
Yeah, Cuban Pete. Yo, they shrimp, yo. Different.
Bang.
J1DA, right?
What's good?
J1DA.
What's going on?
Now, I said it like 3 times because at first, I'm like, how do you say his name? It took me, you know.
The number one that be getting people.
And that was actually the key to the whole thing.
That's the trick. That's how you get them.
Sometimes I take the slow bus, but I get there.
Yeah, I took the slow bus for a couple years.
But it was good, bro. It was good. Nice to meet you, man.
I mean, I'm good, man. I'm feeling real good, man. I had a real deep conversation with my grandmother this morning, and she just put some good energy on me. So
heard you. The energy is radiant. I appreciate it.
I feel great. I feel great. Like nothing could shift my emotions right now. Like I'm feeling real good right now.
That's what's up, bro. Family, bro.
That's how you doing, man.
That's what's up, man. We glad to have you here with the energy, because we all about the positive energy over here.
Yeah.
And Big Bro, what's your name again?
I go by the name of Charlie B, straight from that east side, Oaktown representing
Charlie B.
East Side, East Starters in the building.
What up?
What's going on with you?
All right,
How you feeling?
now, where do you fit in all of this, Charlie?
Man, House of La Susu, we rep them all day.
Yes.
My brothers,
It's family.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
what's up.
this is my brother. Like outside of just the music thing, he's always there for me. If I'm saying whenever I'm going through something, whatever the case may be, and we roll together a lot. You know?
Okay.
And also, we working on a project called CJ.
Okay.
His name's Charlie B. My name's J1DA. So we just took C and the J, put it together.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
When's your project looking to release? So
Well,
could be on the
I was saying I didn't tell him, but I was thinking about middle of May. Or June.
That's something about the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So you spit too, or you produce, or what's up?
Yeah, he spit.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah? What else?
Yeah, most definitely.
Heard you. That's what's up. Now,
Definitely when you go to release that, let us know. So
Yeah,
we drop
yeah,
it on
do it.
Most definitely. It's gonna be
break
we
the
just gonna
man.
we just gonna tease the people with 5 joints. You know, we got a couple producers that I've been reaching out to. He's been reaching out to. We just gonna put it together. Obviously, Samad's gonna work on the project too. So as far as production, and then he's gonna do some digital design as far as the artwork and stuff like that. We're gonna make it a good experience for the people.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know, man. Just another outlet for people to hear what you got going on.
Yeah.
Word. And just so y'all know, y'all are the first artists that's gonna get the visual package. We got all of this is brand new.
I see.
Yeah,
I'm feeling real good right now.
Yeah.
I feel real blessed. You know.
Shout to Eternity Productions got us looking
They know what it is.
good,
You know
man.
us. They know us.
And that's just add to the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Word. Word. So
next week we're gonna have a makeup trailer in the back.
word.
Makeup.
This is dope. This feels good. It feels good to be here. And Gut Check was saying, we look forward to doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This make the week right here.
Yeah.
You know, we got our listeners out there. Shout out to everybody tuned in. A few people hit me to make sure we was going. We started on time tonight too. 8 o'clock on the
That's
nose.
because we were drinking.
Word.
When we
We
sober,
was moving today.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's listening, please follow the Arena Podcast.
Yep.
You know, they only look at the numbers. We trying to get them numbers up. You know what I'm saying? So for J1DA, again, bro, what's good with you? Just let us know who you are. We don't even know who you are, bro. You just hit us up yo, I got this project about to drop. Y'all got the arena going. Let's make it work. And I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So what you got going on over there, man?
Alright, so first off, my name is J1DA. I'm from Montclair, New Jersey. I was born in Newark at Beth Israel Hospital. I pull a lot of my inspiration from just New Jersey and all over. right now, I got a project called Up. It stands for Underrated Poet, because I feel like I'm one of the most underrated artists in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I went around and spoke to a lot of artists and like tried to get them, like bring them together basically, and feature them on my album. I got 17 tracks on my album. Everybody been calling me crazy and shit like that. Like, yo, bro, you got too many songs, you got too many features. But I feel like there's been a lot of talk with like people saying like, yo, Jersey can't come together and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like it's mad whack. Like I went to different states, and I went to New York, and people would ask me like, yo, where you from? I'd be like, yo, I'm from New Jersey. And they'd be like, well, that's New York. No, that's not. I'm from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. I don't like. It just makes me like nah. Like I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah,
right. Like I'm not from New York City. That's no shade to New York, but I know where I'm from and I know what I represent. I know what I stand for. So it's like, and I just hear a lot of talk about like the artists from New Jersey and the people just overall, like the whole hip hop community, like that we can't come together, and that just kind of like makes me feel some kind of way. So I had this idea for a long time. For about like 2 years ago, I was working on my second album. Like once I dropped my first album, I started working on my second album.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, I want to do an album where like I bring different Jersey artists together that don't have a buzz like that, and dudes that do have a buzz. And then when I drop it, the dudes that are on the album, they be like, yo, well, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I might want to work with this dude.
Right.
Or the producer, he'd be like, yo, who's this producer? Or who's this artist? They might want to work together. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna do the release party and have like a big show and force them to come together in one room, and then do the tour and all that. So it's just basically like me orchestrating it on some DJ Khaled shit, like, and just making people come together. And I'm an MC also. And it just cancels out that, oh, Jersey can't work together and everybody hating on everybody.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
It's like that Jersey Drive, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
now it's one thing.
almost.
It's one thing. Like my mom was like, yo, you can't try to save everybody and try to put everybody on. But that's just within my heart. Like I just feel like we should all come together, because I go to different states. Like I go to Atlanta. I did South by Southwest. I did A3C. I did all these big music festivals. And I go to these different places and I see how they support each other, and it's like, damn, like, I wish I could go back home. Like these people are from home. Like they pop from home. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I just and like me personally, I just want that to be back home. Like when I go back to the East Coast or when I go back to Jersey.
I gotta tell you, I'm real glad that you're on the show, because that's why we started the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's no platform, there's no unity.
There's not even. New Jersey doesn't even have a radio station.
That's why we started this, to give somebody. And like you said, you can't help everybody.
Yeah.
This right here is a platform. Basically, the idea is we're going to put a hand out, right? And anybody looking to get some help, yo, grab my hand and I'm gonna push you. Yeah. And hopefully you can go as far as you can go, you know?
That's why I appreciate
it. But not everybody will grab the hand, and that's what your family is telling you. You know, you can't save everybody.
And you said how you went out to different states and seen that. And like I had recently started doing that, and I see it as well, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different when you're somewhere else. You see the love all around, and when you hear it, it's just like hostility. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
It's like kind of like this vibe, like, yo, what is he doing that I'm not doing kind of thing. And it's like, bro, like, I understand.
I'm better than you, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's also okay to think like that. That's what MCs do.
Right.
Like, it's like, all right, you know, like, that friendly competition. Like, me and Samad do it all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
friendly competition.
Yeah, like, there were times where I was like me and Samad we did a remix to Kodak Black, the ZZ joint.
That's the one where you guys had
a cartoon.
And
we was like going back and forth, and he like, I was asleep on his couch, and I had like fell asleep, and it was like food on the table and shit, and I just like fell asleep on his couch, and he like woke me up like, yo, bro, like Kodak Black just dropped this new shit, like we gotta do a remix to it, and he's like one of those guys, like as soon as somebody drops some shit, he gotta do a remix to that shit. He dropped it. He woke me up out my sleep. Yo, he woke me up out my sleep. My breath is stinking and shit. He like, yo, bro, you gotta do this. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm too tired. He's like, nah, man, we gotta do it right now. So he's like, yo, we gonna go back and forth. I'm like, damn. All right.
It's hard when you got somebody motivated like that. You feel it, and right away you run with it.
It took him like 2 minutes to like write his little part. He wrote his part and then laid it down, and I'm still over there writing my shit. So I go back, but as we were going back and forth as far as like the writing process, it just went so smooth. Like the TV was on, you know what I'm saying? He had the curtains open, everybody was just chilling, this girl was cooking and shit like that. It was just like a good vibe, like. And he just woke me up out my sleep. I'm like, bro, like I don't want to rap right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he just forced me to do it. And I'm glad he did because a lot of people hit me up like, yo, bro, that ZZ shit, yo, killed that shit.
That's when I first heard of you from that.
Yo, Samad does the double time rap. Like I'm not, like I could do it, but like I'm not. That's not my lane.
So what you mean?
Like
that
the fast rap shit.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. Double time and shit. Like so.
Gotcha.
When he pulled me into that lane, like I'll do it once in a while in some of my raps and shit, like, but I don't really do it like that. So when he pulled me into that, you know, that lane or whatever, I was like, yo, bro, I can fuck with this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can fuck with it, but it's not what I do. Like, if niggas want smoke, you know what I'm saying? Anybody get smoke. But it's like, yo, Samad always gassed me. He always put that battery in my back, and that's why I appreciate him a lot because he inspires me so much. You know what I'm saying? And he always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. And I inspire him on shit. Like, it was a time where he felt like he wasn't that good at making hooks. Mm-hmm. And I would always tell him, like, yo, bro, you gotta get your hooks right. Yo, you can make hooks. I know you got a voice for the hooks. Because a hook is the most important part of the song. You know what I'm saying?
So it's called the hook.
Y'all been working together for a while.
I met Samad back in 2013.
Okay, I've been working since.
And actually, we didn't start working until like 2016. He was a producer. He started producing first. He wasn't really rapping and shit. He's been producing since he was 8 years old. His mom put him like a little beat thing and shit, and he's just been producing ever since. And then he started rapping. We didn't start working together until like what was it, like 2015, 2016, around that time. We did like one song called "Get This Money" on his project, and I kept like delaying it and shit because I didn't know where he was. Like I'm like I don't even know if I want to work with this kid or whatever. So he lived all the way at the top of the hill in Montclair. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to walk up there. One day I ain't had shit to do. I just walked up there, did the track. We did the track, and then he like orchestrated. I was working on an EP at the time, and he orchestrated my whole shit. Like I ain't even had a lineup. I just had a whole bunch of songs, and he just put them together.
That's dope.
And I was like, yo, this dude. And then he started like I started just to build with him, and I gained a connection with his mom. Next thing you know, we kind of find out like we might be cousins.
Oh
shit!
So I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, then he started to get connected with like my personal life, and after that, it was over.
Yeah.
Now, like, I will ride for bro. Like that's really my dog. Like,
good catch.
But
you had sponsorship.
You had two from this year. 2 projects up there, Mark 2019.
Oh no, that's because
you probably just put it up there.
No, alright. So I distributed my my projects through DistroKid. Like I switched to DistroKid.
Okay.
Because I had my shits on TuneCore and I missed the renewal date.
Oh man!
And they took my shit down.
They took it down.
So I had to put it back up there.
Okay.
So some of the stuff you saw has already been out on all platforms.
Because I'm looking like they dropped 2 projects in 2
Nah, I wasn't on the
promote one that he bought the company. Wow. This nigga
Nah, I ain't looking like that.
I gotta shit out with you. That man is working.
Make you feel lazy.
It look good. So you know,
overall, it's like this is about to be my second album.
Okay.
The new joint. But I got, 8. Well, this would be 9. One. So I got like 8 projects, all like counting mixtapes and EPs.
Everything all together.
So it'd be like 8.
Strong catalog.
Yeah. So like I started in 09. Started making music. I started putting out music in 09. I had a 360 deal with Sony, and I was doing this little thing with Disney Channel and like writing songs for like people and shit like that. And I got screwed over and stuff like that. Me and my mom didn't know what was going on. We just thought like, oh shit, my son just got signed or whatever. We thought we was getting out. and I got caught up in the situation or whatever, and I learned from it.
So do you want to elaborate on that? Because I'm sure there's people out there listening that might run into a similar situation.
I mean, you may not be able to say
you don't
specifics.
gotta,
Just like,
right.
You don't have to if you don't want to either. You don't
Nah, it was kind of a uncomfortable situation for me because like the person I was working my deal was like stealing money, and like I wasn't getting the money that I was supposed to be getting, and I had to pay the label back and all that shit. And I was signed for this a certain amount of time, and I was supposed to do X, Y, and Z for these people and these artists. And nobody, as far as like ghostwriters, my name, like nobody, like I wasn't getting notarized as a ghostwriter.
So you weren't getting any credit.
I wasn't getting no credit for nothing.
Right.
And I was doing songs and stuff like for Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, like not like hip hop artists and people who's just like putting out songs. I'm talking about these big companies, Nickelodeon and Disney. Come on,
right?
People were like making billions of dollars. So it just was like a really bad experience for me, and I didn't want to do music anymore. Wow. Like I just was like, fuck music. I'm not doing that shit no more. I will work a regular job.
So when did this happen?
I was I just turned 15.
Okay.
When that happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to really be into it then for something to happen, especially at that age. You're kicking to the curb and be like,
you can't sign contracts at that age. So.
Well, I'm just thinking as far as mentality wise.
Yeah.
I'm
saying that he was saying that it was somebody who was representing him that was kind of screwing him over.
Right.
He didn't realize what was going on.
Right. But see, at 15, I'm thinking about the things that I kicked to the curb at 15. I'm like, man, I wish I would have went back to some of those things, making
could be up right
15-year-old decisions. You feel me? But
obviously,
that's what I'm saying.
Obviously, my mom was around. Me and my mom, we were just like getting into it. Like my mom was my manager at the time. We was just getting into it, and we just didn't know what we was doing. Like we just made a huge mistake.
Right.
Like a really bad mistake, and then like. I learned from it. Now I just look back on it like, they could never. I'm trying to beat the game now.
Right.
Because I feel like my music is so elite now. Like to me personally, I feel like my writing skills have gotten better. I'm making so much good music. I got through the storm of making that depressing music, and then now I feel so happy. I'm putting out my second album. I feel like it's gonna be successful, and then they're gonna come knocking. I feel like the people that were involved at that time, they're gonna come knocking, and now they're gonna have to offer up some bread because they're gonna remember. They're gonna remember who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not worried about. At first I was gonna quit. Like I was just gonna be like, yo, I love hip hop. I want to do it for the culture, but I just was like, yo, this is not for me. I can't, like mentally, I can't deal with it. Like. My mom stressing like, yo, she felt so bad because she put me in a situation, and why didn't I know that this was going to happen and all this other stuff. So I had to deal with her emotions and stuff like that, and then me thinking that I was on and going to school and going to school thinking I was the man. I'm like, yo, I'm signed. I'm writing shit for Disney Channel. Shit. No, bro, you're not. You're getting ripped.
But you learn from it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it's still a win.
I feel good though. I feel good right now. Like nothing could. I feel good that I gained that knowledge, and I could pass it on to somebody else.
Word. So when you look back, let's say 10 years from now, and you look back at J1DA's career, what do you want the people to remember you for? Or like, what kind of impact do you want to put in the game while you in there?
That's a really good question.
J1DA.
That is a really good question.
We're going to chop it up in here, you feel me?
Right now, I couldn't really give you like a really solid answer for that because I haven't done everything that I wanted to, like that I really wanted to do.
Still a lot to do.
I ain't even scratched the surface yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what my legacy and all that. I'm only 23 years old. I'm really young, and I have a lot to accomplish. So all I can really say to people is just watch and just be inspired. Enjoy it while I'm here because some dudes is either getting bagged or they getting shot and killed, or just natural things are happening, just getting erased off the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, God forbid any of that happens to me, just enjoy it while I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, see, I asked you that because just listening to a few of the songs, you feel like you got your direction where you really want to go with it. Like, do you have any like major goals in mind, or it's just to put the project out, keep smashing them? Now, see, like, I'm an artist myself. You know what I'm saying? And my main goals is really just to out-rap anybody on the other side of the mic.
That's all
with me. I just feel like it's beyond rap. Like, I don't really care about being the best lyricist.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I just want to be like when I have kids, I want them to be impacted by like music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when my kids are born, they gonna know who Tupac is. They gonna know who Nas is, whether they were like the best lyricists or whatever. Like, I really like Drake, you know what I'm saying? Because of the feeling that he gives with his music. I don't really care too much about, like, everything he's saying. It's just how he makes me feel when I listen to his music. And I just want people to remember that. Like, yo, J1DA made me feel like this. Or, yo, his voice, like, pulled me in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be saying a whole bunch of bullshit.
Right.
But people won't remember my voice when it comes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living life, and I'm just maneuvering through life. Like, I can't really give you no direct answers to your questions right now. I'm just living my life, and I'm doing what I love to do. And I just want any kid that's watching me or whatever, would just pass on that same information. Like, live your life, do it smart too. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just
great advice.
Don't just dive in and do some shit just because like you think it's cool. I'm doing this because I feel like I ain't got nothing else. I feel like I don't have anything else. Like, I've tried everything, sports, whatever, going to school. I feel like music saved me from being in the streets and all that shit. Like, music really saved my life. I feel like I ain't got nothing else. So this is what I'm going for. And as far as like the question you asked, like, I'm just maneuvering through life. Music is carrying me. Like, I feel like I got my ancestors watching me, and they just making sure I'm straight. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you believe in, I don't know if you believe in the spiritual shit, but I do. But listen, man, I'm good, bro. Just know that.
That's what's
just
up.
know I'm here to pass on positivity.
That's all I'm gonna
and
say.
when I'm going and everything, that's what's gonna be left. Like, y'all gonna hear my music, and they gonna know that I gave off a good feeling and good positive messages and shit. Whether it's like I'm partying with chicks or whether I'm speaking to the government, whatever. Like, I'm here for everybody.
So that sounds like you're gonna leave a positive stain in the game.
Yeah, like, my stamp is gonna be left in the game. I definitely want to get into the rap with the Rap Hall of Fame, like, as far as like lyrics.
Okay.
Like, I want to get into the Hall of Fame for that. And as far as like being a good performer, like, I take pride in my performances. The way I orchestrate my music. Like, when you listen to my albums, like, if you listen to Usher's Confessions, you listen to the album from top to bottom, it's like super cohesive.
Okay.
Like, I take pride in that shit.
So do you still write for other artists? Oh,
nah, ain't nobody getting these bars with me. But I'm just saying, if somebody come to me like, yo, you know, I want you to work with me on some stuff, most definitely the situation gotta be right though.
Heard you. So, it gotta be like, I'm trying to say my thoughts while I'm thinking at the same time, but it's not working.
Yeah,
so
I be doing that.
Like, what's your process when you come down to putting your songs out? Do you go beat first, or is it like you got your lyrics and then you put it to a beat?
It'd be at random. Like, I'll be like,
something can happen and you get inspired.
Yeah, something could happen, or I could be walking somewhere and somebody will like say something, and I'll like pull an idea from like we could be having like a whole conversation, and I could just pull whatever word that you said that like hit me. I'll just pull it from there, and I just like go and look up the word, and then once I look up the word or whatever the case may be, like, I'll just pull whatever information I get from that word, and then I'll make a song out of it, or whatever goes on in my mind. Like, my mind starts moving
Gotcha.
off that word.
Right,
a whole bunch of shit just starts like A whole bunch of colors and shit start going off. Like literally, like that really be happening in my brain in this little ass head. Like a whole bunch of shit starts going off, and then boom, there goes the song. Like I'll start humming like the melody or whatever. But like sometimes it's weird. Like it'll be like a beat first, or sometimes it's the lyrics first. It depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just picking your brain, man. You know. And whenever I do that, it's because I'm trying to dig in to the surface of the music. Now, I listen to a few of the tracks, but I'm going to really tap in and, like, really listen to you, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you positive feedback and everything, for real. But I listened to Battle Scars off of...
Perfect Human.
Yeah, Perfect Human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
one right there.
Goddamn, bro.
And
Let me get one.
Bro, you did the thing on there, bro. I'm telling you.
Get one.
You got a couple.
I was in a dark space right there, but go ahead.
We'll talk about it then.
Nah, I just want to
Well,
That's what made me feel real good. You know, I heard that. Show me what you liked about it. She'll chime in as you go.
I was hounding you. I was on your heels for a few days. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, let me just see, because I peeped your link was to the iTunes. And you had your projects up there. And then I found Imperfect Human. You know what I'm saying? And that was the second track on there. The first one was a skit. Now, I'm on a go. That's why I said I ain't really tap in. I don't want you to think I was disrespecting your intro. But I skipped it because it was an intro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Went to the first song, and Battle Scars. I was planning on skimming through. I was going to skim through. You know what I'm saying? Because you had a few joints up there. I listened to the whole Battle Scars, top to bottom, and played it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, alright, I ain't even going to skip through.
That's when you know you like it.
Now I don't want to skip through it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I stop right there. I'm like, alright.
Yeah, because we'll play a bunch of stuff. Like we get stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I'll play and I'll be like,
I'll
go like sometimes the person will be like, oh yo, can you play this? Right?
You got me
and
dropping shit.
I'll listen to it and be like, I'll go to the next one and be like, yo, but this one's dope. Right? Why don't you want to play that one?
Right.
You know, and then I'll be like, yo, I think this one's dope. You know, what about this? They're like, oh yeah, let's play that one then. And I was like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll call him up and be like, yo, what you think about this one? And him too.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, I'll be like, yo, what you think about these? Because I'm always online looking for artists. You know, and that's what one of the segments we're going to add in the future, right?
Yes.
Is what artists did I look up that week? You know what I mean? So this way I could give them a shout out. You know, everybody check out such and such.
Right.
You know, like there's this guy Mac 11.
Okay.
I was looking at him, and y'all could go look up Mac 11. You know, but yo, his shit was kind of tight.
Heard you.
know?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me over here blushing and shit, because that song was like a real personal song.
Man.
The first verse is like me like dealing with like a lot of heavy depression and suicidal thoughts and stuff like that, and women that were in my life at the time, and like all the legal issues that I was going through. It was just like a whole bunch of shit that I just felt like I couldn't deal with. But then I started looking at like other stuff that was like going on in the world and shit, and I'm like, damn. We did a show in New York at this place called
Crane Theater.
the Crane Theater.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the bank to get this is where the inspiration from the song came from. We had to go to the bank, and there was some homeless dude sitting outside, and he was reading a book, and it was like freezing. It was like cold as shit. Yeah. And we pulled up at the bank, and my girl had to go inside, so I seen him sitting outside. I came outside, and I sat down next to him. I just sat down next to him. I'm like, yo, like, what you reading? And he was telling me what he was reading. And he was like telling me about his life and shit. And he was like, yo, I had all these good things going on in my life. I got 2 kids. I went to Harvard and everything. But he's sitting outside of the bank, homeless. Mm-hmm. And he was just telling me how quick, like, your shit could just shut off. You can have all these things. You know what I'm saying? You can be smart and all this shit. In the moment you fuck up, you know what I'm saying? It's just over. And he was just telling me about all this shit and all this crazy shit that just wounded him, like, mentally and emotionally. And that's why I just pulled the song from. I was like, all right, I got to do the show and I got to get back home. Like, I wrote it in my notes. And I went back home ASAP. and then I wrote the song. And then the second verse, but I only had that one verse. I didn't have no inspiration for the second verse. Then there's this girl that I went to school with. I ain't gonna say her name, but I went to school with her, and she was going through a lot of shit. And we always have like good conversations or whatever. We never had any like she wasn't like my girl or nothing, but we always had like these real deep conversations. We would always kick it, smoke a L or whatever, and just chop it up about whatever was going on.
Right.
But she got like a whole bunch of tattoos over her skin, and I'd be asking, I'd be like, damn, like why you tattoo your skin so much? And she said that she tattoos her skin to get away from like her pain or whatever she's going through in life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why she gets a whole bunch of tattoos, and the tattoos that are on her body, it symbolizes whatever she is going through. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn. But she didn't know that I was going to take that and put it in my song.
Okay.
Until she heard it, and then she texted me like, "I love you so much," and then sent me like mad because she knew because I said something that we was talking about in the conversation, and she was like, "Yo, like this, he that nigga, yo."
Right,
so she sent me a whole bunch of hearts and shit.
Right.
That's cool.
It was real dope, and she called me and she was like crying and she was like, "Yo, thank you." And I was like, "Yo." I did it for you, but I had to get that shit off my chest, yo, because that shit was weighing on my brain. I'm like, damn, bro, I felt that shit. I really didn't give her no feedback when we was in a conversation. I didn't know what to say. It was so overwhelming.
She may not have wanted feedback. She just wanted someone to listen.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Did that.
Exactly.
Just to get it off.
And then when you wrote that song, she knew
That was the
She
feedback.
knew you was
She
listening.
knew that you heard,
Yeah.
not just listened.
Mhm.
You heard
Felt it.
and you understood.
Word.
That's priceless.
Oh yeah, that's bang.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yo, I love that.
That's what's up, bro. I don't know, you probably got a lot of stories like that. You know, I just want to say, like, your wordplay and your beat selection. Who's making the beats?
Don Kevo and Ezra Mari, he made the Battle Scar joint.
Okay.
He's from Baltimore. He just turned 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he type young.
Keep them close right here. Keep them
18.
They smacking them joints.
Yeah, man.
Gotta keep it going.
Yeah, they be wildin', bro. They've been making beats for me for about like 2 or 3 years. Like I found him on the internet. Don Kevo, I found him on the Explorer page. This girl was like doing like yoga or some shit. So like, and she was just like playing his beat off like a little podcast. And I'm like, yo, what's the song in the background? She was like, I don't know the song, but this is the producer, and tagged him. So I went to his Instagram page, and he had like all his shit, like where you could find his stuff, like from like SoundCloud, his Instagram, and all that shit.
Wow, that's dope.
So I just started following him, just started listening to a lot of his stuff, and then I clicked the link to his SoundCloud and where you can go to purchase his beats directly. And once I found it, I started DMing him. I was like, yo, check me out. Like, look at some of my old stuff. And he hit me up like, yo, bro, like, call me. He sent me his number. I was like, oh, shit.
So you went.
So it took me a while to call him, though, because I'm like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna say, because I want him to work with me. I don't want him to think like I'm just trying to buy a beat and
Right,
I'm just this whack ass SoundCloud rapper. I really do this shit.
Right.
So I sat there and looked at that number for at least a little minute. And then I hit him up because I know, like, I be thinking about the future. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna hit him up. I hit him up, I text him, he FaceTime me. I'm like, this nigga FaceTime me? I'm like, all right.
You want to see me?
Yo, I had just woke up, I threw my dad hat on, I had my hair, I threw my dad hat on. Sitting there talking to him, I'm like, alright, bro. He like, yo, bro, we gotta work together. Yo, I'm gonna send you a few demos or whatever and see what you rocking with. Man, he sent like 3 joints. I hopped up, I hit up my engineer, like, yo, you got some slots at the studio? He like, ain't nobody in here right now. I am coming right now. Yo, I walked to the studio, bro. I ain't catching no bus because I was so anxious. I didn't feel like waiting on the 11 bus to go to Bloomfield. I did not want to wait on that bus. I walked all the way there to from Montclair to Bloomfield and recorded them joints, did like a couple of freestyle tracks and sent it to him. He was like, yo, he sent like the exploding head emoji and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's on. I was like, yeah.
That's what's up.
I was like,
back now.
it was
I've
dope.
been working ever since then.
Yeah, man. It's
That's
been
dope.
lit.
That's
It's been
great.
You got a good situation over there, man. Just keep it going.
My mom raps all my lyrics. My mom loves my fucking music.
That's love.
She loves me and Method Man.
Damn, that's great company. That's great company, bro.
My mom loves my music. Bro.
Tell everybody where they could reach you at.
That's exactly where I was at too.
Yeah, let's get
Yep.
that.
Yeah,
Make sure if it has any special characters, make sure you throw those in there.
Y'all can reach me. I'm building a website, J1DA.com.
Wait, what was that again?
J1DA.com, like J the number 1DA. It'll be up the day after the album drops, which is February 9th. You can find me on Instagram _J the number 1DA. Twitter, everything is J1 J the number 1DA. You can email me for features, performances.
We'll put that on the screen over here.
Another thing, I'm doing a show at SOB's with Leah Janae on February 12th. It's the start of her tour, I believe. And y'all make sure y'all come out. The tickets is $15. You're gonna catch me at SOB's opening up for the Queen, Leah Janae. Yeah.
And tell them about the release party. Is that private or is that open for everybody that's gonna come?
It's open for anybody that wants to come. The performance slots are full because I got people performing. It's February 8th, the day of the day it drops digitally on all platforms. It's gonna be at 222 Hollywood Avenue in East Orange, New Jersey. It's $10 to get in. I'll have my merch there. Anybody that I know, people don't buy CDs anymore. But for like people who are like my hardcore fans, they gonna buy my CDs for just collectibles, even if you don't even use them. Wristbands, lighters, all that stuff. I got crop tops for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I got everything, man. I even got fucking baby outfits.
All nothing wrong with it.
Word up.
Get it, bro. That's what's up.
If you bring your baby to the release party. Best believe you gonna get the little bib thing when you can button the, you know how you click one baby on, you put the pants on, it's lit. It's gonna say J1DA right there. Little baby and shit.
That's what's up.
Word up.
Go ahead, grind, brother.
Word.
Alright, before I get you out of here, we play this game in here. It's called Real Talking 9. So I got two statements here. And one of them is real talk and the other one is not. So one is an actual fact, and the other was just some bullshit I wrote down.
Or a fact that he twisted.
Now, being that today is February 2nd, Real Talking Now was inspired by Black History Month.
Okay.
See how we doing it? Yo, the arena doing big things over here.
For the culture.
It's for the culture.
For the culture.
Alright, so the first statement is, the original Betty Boop was black. And the second statement is, Rosa Parks was the first African American woman to refuse to give up her seat on a bus. So one of those is the actual fact.
The Rosa Parks joint.
I'm gonna go.
I think Betty Boop.
I'm gonna go with Betty Boop. I'm
Boop.
thinking of Rosa Parks.
He said you going with the boot.
I'm thinking Rosa Parks was just the one that made
The most
national.
known.
It made.
But it wasn't. But she wasn't the first one. You know what I mean?
Hell no. But I just feel like hers is made more of an impact.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else that did that either got beat up or something like that.
Right.
You know
So that's
what
why I'm saying that she's not the first.
I'm not denying the Betty Boop shit either.
Okay, so y'all are right. Rosa Parks was not the first, like you said. She wasn't the first one.
Yeah.
She was actually the 9th one.
God,
But hers was
made a statement, yeah.
Yeah, so the first one.
That's some
Her
school.
name
Y'all
was-
heard that, right? In school.
Well,
everybody like,
Wait, yeah, that's what I was just about to
The
say.
first one, her name was Claudette Colvin. She was a 15-year-old girl. She was the first one, and she got arrested and treated real bad too after that. So this is all according to PBS.org.
Mm.
So if anybody want to check it out, it's pbs.org/Black Culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of, I learned some stuff up there too, and I feel like that'd be good for Real Talk and Nine.
Yeah.
And then the Betty Boop was originally a black jazz singer. That's Real Talk.
Learn something new every day.
Word up.
Also, the Statue of Liberty was a black woman.
Ooh, throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. Statue of Liberty was a black woman.
A French black woman?
No, the statue was a slave.
Because I know the statue's from.
You know what? I think I did see that.
Originally, the statue was like this, but they changed it and put the fucking. It had chains on the feet.
I remember.
And it was like this, but they told us that it came from the French, and they did a.
See, I think I seen it. I didn't know that. I think I seen it on the gram.
And
I can't trust that.
A slave drew that shit out, and it was like they built it as a slave, but they changed the arm. They put the arm down and put a book in the hand and all that shit. Right.
That's kind of
watch Hidden Colors.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you all that shit.
That's crazy, bro. See, well, I learned something too. That's Black History Month.
Word.
Arena.
That's crazy. Yeah, my album drops in Black History Month. That's lit.
That's hard. I put up a post earlier today saying that I'm Black History.
Yeah.
And it got a lot of noise on there. People were sharing that really was rocking with me. Just saying that I'm the first artist to put his shit aside and provide platforms for other artists. No, what I said I was the first one to stop complaining about the lack of support and start providing it.
Do something about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people felt me on that, bro. Black History, right? So when everybody look back, they're gonna blame Hoodie for the unity.
Just blame you,
blame you for it.
Man, if you didn't unite us,
I'm gonna bring us all together. Now we can't hate on each other like
that's what we're gonna complain about.
Yeah, man.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me come out, man.
Word, man.
Promote the album.
Thanks for coming.
Upcoming soon, February 8th. That's a Friday. Make sure y'all tune in at 12 midnight because it's gonna be lit.
Did you tell them the name of the album?
It's called Up. It stands for Underrated Poet.
Oh, I heard you. Up. All right, so we're gonna look out for that, and then send the tracks through. We got a few joints. We're gonna jump into another one as we make our way out of here. You know what I'm saying? So thanks again for coming.
Play Sing for me because that's the single off the album.
All right, so y'all let everybody know where to reach y'all at. I'm gonna holler at DJ Wi-Fi. Get that on for you.
DJ Wi-Fi, whatever.
Yeah. Or Charlie B, what up, though? Alright. Now let me see your hands in the sky if you feel me. Bang this in your speakers really loud so you hear me. This ain't a clean flow, that's a lie, boy, it's filthy. Bump this in your speakers really loud so you hear me. While everybody's saying